I say? Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Dan Bailey's got it teed up, and here we go now from Arlington at AT&T Stadium. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. They go play action here on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Well, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork, which increases accuracy.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. On third down, it's Prescott. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Being chased out left. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Dak finding the former Jag Hearns for the Dallas first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They go to Elliott again. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the chains, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On second down, Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Prescott. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And he's got some space here. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 45 yards. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A very solid gain of 27. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. 1st down, Prescott. Got some real estate inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, hey, switching gears for a second, halfway through the preseason, any big takeaways that you've seen so far, Charles?
Just a few come to mind. Number one, the roster of 90 that stays that way throughout preseason, I think is a boon for every team because you can practice a little bit better, get a few more things done because you have more bodies, and those guys get to get on tape for 4 preseason games. So I think that's really good. The other part is normal execution, struggle a little bit. Early in the season, guys trying to get it back together. And last but not least, the practice of coming together with another team, 2 joint practices before a preseason game, becoming more and more widespread, and you're getting a lot of really good competition in practice with the best versus the best from each team.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Prescott looks to throw on first. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. 2nd down, Prescott. Throw left side, complete. It's Elliott. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They'll turn to the power game and Waller. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
3rd and inches, they just handed to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a 1st down.
Elliott, toss right. They find some open field here. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Prescott on 1st down. Now he'll escape to his right. That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Prescott now on 2nd down. He hits Beasley right side. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. 2nd and goal from the 1. He's going to get it running right. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Final play of the half. Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Jamarcus Lawrence. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A second down throw for Prescott. Flushed it. And the pressure gets to him again. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
3rd and long for Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. You know, while we got a second, I did want to take a look back to the Hall of Fame inductions. Took place in Canton on August 4th. And what stood out to you from the ceremonies, from the speeches that you heard?
Well, for me, beside the speeches, just remembering their careers, I really flashed back at how much I enjoyed watching Brian Dawkins play, and his speech was terrific as well. Robert Dr. Doom Brazil with the Houston Oilers, absolutely loved him as a player. And Jerry Kramer had to wait so long with the Green Bay Packers. For him to get in, I thought was terrific, and I can't wait for next year. First ballot eligible guys, Tony Gonzalez, Ed Reed, and Champ Bailey. That's a strong class.
Another star-studded cast. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again to Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Prescott from the gun. And he'll run. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Swing to the field, right. To the right.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense, There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpires. Again, it's Elliott. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Switch. Switch and A. Done.
On first and 10, Prescott. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They get it to him running left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down,
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. It's caught right side, it turns. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A dump off to Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Awesome.
The give is to Elliott. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Hey.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Get out. Here you go. 26.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down. Elliott. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Hey, 47. Here we go. 26.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. He takes it to the 15. A flashy move, but little to show for it. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts.
Hey, switch. 26.
Now Prescott. This will be about the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Allen Hurns with 9 seconds remaining. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Bailey now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. This is Elliott. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.